Hi, welcome to the Saskatchewan Polytechnic Federated Co-op online math tutorial. Just before we get going, it's probably not a bad idea if you open up a browser window. You can follow along as we go through this tutorial. Um, you can pause this at any time to catch up or go back, rewind. I'm not going to go into huge depth on this. As I said, I suggest you follow along. In your browser, type in My SAS Polytech, and this link will show up, and click on the link. Enter your username and password that was supplied to you by SAS Polytech registration, and click on Login. You'll see your name come up. Click on the Students tab right below it, and then click on My Courses. I have several online courses that I'm responsible for, so just give me a second to find yours. You'll see a math and SRVY 1210. Click on the math icon, and we have to go through this again because, as I said, I have several courses I'm responsible for, and this program will not allow me to open up more than one window at a time. Now I'm going to set myself up as a student so that we see exactly what you're going to see as you're following along. Before we get going, here is my email address, my username, David Nunn, and my cell phone. You have any issues at all, feel free to get in touch with me by one of those means. I don't always have my phone on if I'm teaching another class or working on some online stuff, but I do get back to you. Across the top here we have content, resources, assessments. The assessments can be accessed in the content, communication, and help. We may as well get started. Click on content. Yours will come up with a table of contents. There'll be course information, navigation, communication, and student support. We'll just have a quick look at this. As I said, you can follow along, pause this, and then uh, do some in-depth investigation. The course introduction is just the course description. Um, Technically, there is no instructor for this course as it's an online distance learning program, but again, you still have access to me if you have problems. Passing grade is 60% for all SAS Polytech. I'm an old man, it's hard to change. For all SAS Polytech training. Just an explanation on the format, etc. Again, just follow along. Now at the top of each page or at the bottom, you'll see these little arrows. That's to switch views. So we'll click to the next tab, which was navigation. This will give you an idea on how to navigate through the program more in depth than I'm going to cover. One thing we will have a quick look at is the system check. You'll see all green arrows here. Should you not have a green arrow on one of these, you will contact the help desk that we'll see in a second. Scroll down. As you can see, there's a lot of information for you to cover on your own. This is the communication area. Just some ideas on how to work the program. This is the important page here because this is your help desk. So you have a 1-888 number, toll free, or you have an email. You have any technical problems, that means issues with the actual program itself or with your computer, you can contact them by phone or by email. Um, they will get back to you as quickly as possible with your with your issue. There may be times if there's something severe that they will ask for access to your computer and walk you through some fixes. There's no issue with this. You just have to follow the directions from the IT person. So let's go back to content now, and we'll go to the actual course content here. All SAS Polytech training works on something called learning outcomes. So there's 7 learning outcomes here, just on basic math. Extremely important that you be familiar with just the basic math, as when you come in for the introduction to quantity survey in what we call level 1, it's very important that you not be concerned about worrying about what a perimeter is or how to calculate it. Because all of the basic formulas you're going to see here actually help you do a quantity survey. Just pointing out something here, it's no longer estimating once you're taking this course. It is called quantity survey, and you'll be taking off everything as you see on the print. So let's have a look at learning outcome 1, fractions and decimals. This is called an instruction sheet, just a basic direction on what a fraction is, and as we scroll through how to do the basic calculations, you'll notice that we're doing adding and subtracting of fractions. We don't worry about multiplying and dividing fractions in this training, because you'll see the next part of this learning outcome is called decimals, which is just a fraction expressed as a different look. We'll be converting all of our fractions to decimals, as a fraction would be what's called a steel tape measurement. A decimal is a conversion from steel tape in order for you be able to calculate dimensions and quantities. Scroll down, carrying on with the instruction sheet, you'll come to learning step 3 of learning outcome 1. It's called review exercises. You'll see that there's a review exercise and an answer key, and they can be opened up in Word or in PDF. So we'll open up the review exercise and have a quick look at it. It'll take a moment. Depending on how old your Word is, you may want to click on Enable Editing. That would allow you to actually type the answers in here if you needed to, or you could print it and do it by hand. And we won't save that. The answer key could be opened up in the same manner. You could probably open up both and tab up and down as required. You'll notice here that all the answers are here for you. Once you've completed that, you click on the next tab, and this one is called converting measurements. So this learning outcome is converting fractions to decimals, as well as what we call steel tape measurements. Again, there's review exercises and the answer key. And you would just keep working your way through each of the learning outcomes. We'll just go back to table of course content. You'd work your way through the 7 learning outcomes. Once you've completed the 7 learning outcomes, you would click on Final Exam, which, by the way, can also be found up here in Assessments. You would click on Quizzes. There's your final exam. Your name would be here, the date that you're starting this. You'll notice here you have unlimited attempts. The maximum that the program will allow is 2 hours. You'll see that, I've been playing around with this for the last couple of years, so I've had 13 accesses to it. You can go in as often as you want. I should let you know that the goal of this training is just to allow you to be familiar with just the basic math concepts. That's all we're looking for here. So you have unlimited attempts. I should mention to you then also that when time comes, when you actually attend training, that's the point where I will actually record your marks. The last attempt you have made is the one that I will record. So you keep going and working on this until you have a satisfactory conclusion to the quiz. We'll just have a quick look at the quiz here. So you'd click on Start Quiz and click OK. So there's the question one, and it works its way right through to, I can't remember, so it's top 44 questions. Once you've completed that, you would click on Submit. There's a warning here you can see because I missed a whole whack of questions. If you get confused, you'll see the questions you've already answered and one you may miss. You can actually just go back at that point, click on that question. Scroll down. We're just going to submit the quiz. Another bit of a warning here is making sure that you're ready to submit the quiz. And once the quiz is submitted, you'll see the question. Your answer would be here, and the correct answer is right beside it. So all 40 some questions would be there for you. Again, the goal of this training is to, you'll see that each of my attempts has been in here from the beginning to the end. So this is exactly what you would see if you were, once you're completed the quiz. Again, your goal is to just be familiar with this. I'm not too concerned about whether you get 60 or 90, although you should be concerned. If the higher the mark you get, the more comfortable you're going to be when you come in for doing the actual takeoffs. Any questions on this, you can contact me by that phone number or email address. And good luck, and we're looking forward to meeting you in the fall.